With my personal office, I'm known as Patty, and my email address is pvinking@yahoo.com. Yeah, I'll start with tax one of the business game. And the question says, you've received all the information needed in order to become managers, leaders in the MMM global community. Now you have an important task. Enter in a new country and develop MMM global there. This new country will be the Thailand. As starting resources, you have the internet, a team, knowledge received in school, and $50,000. Within an hour, you have to develop a plan of action for a week. You must specify the number of registrations and deposits you will achieve over this period. Important point to note, however, is that 50,000 is given only once. Later on, you should use the free resources from the system. So we approach this plan for on arrival by setting up a workable capital, working with the $50,000. That is on our day one. We had a table that we worked with, like a budget. So the first thing we do is first to secure a residence apartment and pay for security, and we budgeted 5,000 to take care of our accommodation, and then for our security as well, since it's going to be in a strange land. Then we look forward to get an interpreter to work with and the payment for the rentage of bus and services. So we earmarked $1,000 for that, considering that we're going to hire one bus for like $300 for a week, and then to pay the interpreter like $700, because the cost of the interpreter will definitely be higher than the cost of the bus. We consider the fact that the paying services, getting an interpreter is not an easy thing. This is somebody that will have to leave his work and have to come and work with us. Then we went further to consider the fact that the team will locate the TV station in Thailand, the radio stations for advertisement and awareness about MMM ideology, and we budgeted $2,000 for that. And then we'll go as well as printing and payment of posters, banners, face cap, jotters, and MMM t-shirts for our campaign, and that will cost us another $15,000. Then public awareness. In our public awareness, the team will create awareness by targeting a well-populated area of the country, and can also do some little charity about what MMM has to offer to help people, and that will cost us another $5,000. Then the team manage response from citizens, target registration not more than 700 citizens with deposit of not more than $400. We benchmark it at 300 minimum, but not more than $400 for the first week, and that our target is for 700 citizens. And then at long run, the total expenses for on arrival, we budgeted it to be around $33,000. That will take. Then we'll now continue that we have delegated responsibility to every unit of our great team to specialize and synchronize on all the great synergy. So amongst ourselves, we're able to separate ourselves into teams. We have operations, we have marketing, we have media and public relations, and then the human resources. So in our modus operandi, we will ensure that the company website for Thailand is fully functional and accommodating for the people of Thailand. And then we will create a solid online awareness using social media daily as team to attract new registration from individuals. And then we shall as well use our female Facebook account, our YouTube video presentation, and our WhatsApp to get new audience online groups, while using the opportunity to know the acceptable norms and government policies of the country. Is everybody still with me? Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Then our team will study Thailand online trends on the internet through social media by joining various Thailand online groups on social media. Identify those people who are involved with online investments, since they are the people with the higher chance of registering, and inviting more people as they are already on that line of activities, so that by the time the team arrives, we will have created contact with local online marketers, create our Facebook group and share it in Thailand social media groups. We will identify those who show more interest and make them part of those who show more interest, and make them part of those who will receive the team on arrival and participate as early members of MMM Thailand community. All right. Then when talking about our offline awareness, just as we learned in school, our target is to reach school teachers, students, university staff, social clubs, and share flyers at recreational centers. Then our primary location for offline awareness will be places like the city capital, like the Bangkok. The team will be split into 3 groups and hold 3 seminars per day at various places. This is done with the help of some contacts that we already made through our social media campaigns. And then the seminars are to be held at various places, and some refreshments will be available to make people enjoy proceedings whilst falling in love with MMM. Those people on attendance will be taught, the people that will attend, the first set of people that will be in attendance will be taught the ideology of MMM, how it works, the rules of MMM, the benefits, and then how the registration of participants, registering them, and then how to register new participants as well. And then the target audience to reach out in a week via social media will now be 1,610 persons. Then targeted online and offline registration in a week is 336%. But to achieve 336%, each guider in our team of 10 will have tax of registering a minimum number of 36% on the first week for each week. We were able to prove this mathematically because the team that were arriving in Thailand are going to be guiders. Then the target number of deposits in the first week per participant is $300. Total number of deposits targeted for the week is 336% multiplied by $300. That was how we're able to arrive at our total sum of about 10,500 Thai baht as the resumption. Assumption. That's basically our assumption. Then the team
Okay.
will hold. Mhm. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, okay. Then the team a will hold a week awareness campaign in Thailand for the promotion of MMM. Then in the awareness campaign, we shall engage in services of protocol officers who will act as our tour guide in major cities where we attend to set up and carry out massive campaign and promote MMM. On the team arrival at Thailand, we shall secure an apartment, which I've already listed those expenses already in the first, in our second slide. Then we shall subgroup ourselves into tens for ease of presentation and follow-up. And then when we're talking about security, this is the main important aspect of the program. We shall engage the services of the security personnel for the safety of life and property during the awareness campaign. We all had already set this on out in our budget. The budget I gave you in our second slide, I talked about security. And then that will take us to tax 2. So basically what I did in tax 1 was to break down how we are going to approach the 50,000 given to us before we arrive at Thailand. And then immediately we arrive, what we ought to do. So that will take us to tax 2. So I don't know if there's any question, or I can proceed to tax 2. The question 2.
Just proceed.
I can proceed.
You are
Thank
doing well.
you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Tax 2 asks us the question. A week has passed you are a foreman on ground already. The average contribution of a participant to the structure is around $300. Under the regulations of MMM Global, you must provide at least 30% growth in terms of participants' payment, starting with the first contribution. Your task is to calculate how many new members and contributions you have to ensure in the next 3 weeks in order to be able to make the required payments to the older participants. It is necessary to write down your plan for action for the next 3 weeks. Under the above conditions stated, point out what resources you need and how you are going to use them, the number of new participants, and money raised during this period, what extra cost you will have, and how to attract them. That's task 2 question. Okay, then I go into approaching the solution, right? Now, solution to task 2. You point out what resources you need and how you are going to use them, the number of new participants, and money raised during this period, the extra cost you will have, and how to attract them. So the description goes this way. Duration given is 3 weeks. So the number of registration per week is benchmarked at 300 average. Contribution will now be $300. And if you calculate by our targeted audience that we targeted, we're going to have total sum of 10,500. That was the target we had in our week 1. That is week 1 contribution. $300 multiplied by 300. That'd be $90,000. Now $90,000. The week 1 contribution, week 1 registration bonus will now be $20 multiplied by 300. That will give us $6,000. And then going by 30% growth of contribution plus registration bonus. The $20 we mentioned before was registration bonus. So with 30% growth, that will give us 1.3 multiplied by 90. At the end of the day, for the 10,500, we are going to be having 117,000 plus 6,000. Total sum will be 123,000. So the total Get Help pool that we'll be having will be $123,000. Are we still together? All right, thank you so much. Okay, now when we maintain the space of 300, now registration per week, when we maintain the space of 300 new registration per week, in 3 weeks, we are going to have 3 times 300. That will be 900 participants. So by the end of our 3 weeks, we're supposed to have grown to 900 participants. Total contribution of 900 participants will now be 900 multiplied by 300. That will be 270,000. Therefore, the first 6 participants.
Every other person, Mike. Every other. Allow the presenter to do our job. Do not share your screen, please. Thank you,
Okay.
for that.
Okay. Therefore, in our first week, participants will be paid the total participants for a month. First week, we have 300 participants. And then our second week, we have 600 participants. By our third week, participants will now be 900 participants. In our 4th week, we're approaching our 4th week now. Based on our target, by our 4th week, we should be targeting 1,200 participants. So sum total is going to be 3,000 participants per month if we maintain a steady growth. So our plan of action is to encourage referral activity by participants by emphasizing on referral bonuses. We are going to encourage participants to share growth of their Mavro on social media platforms. Basically, just like we do, we encourage people to share testimonial videos. We encourage people to write letter of happiness. That's always going to be on the website. And then as well on our various WhatsApp group, Facebook group, we're encouraged to share. We'll encourage the participants now to share their own Mavro on their own various social media to attract new participants. When we shall hold online conferences and seminars to invite new participants and attend to clarification of requests from participants, and then train. At this level, we're looking forward to training, support personnel, and establish a low-cost online support center to take care of complaints. At this rate, MMM will have grown so big that it's no longer on our own strength of the initial 10 people that arrived at Thailand. Then we shall be able, we will now be looking forward to training our own local online consultants that will be attending to issues online. And then the resources, the tax asks, what are the resources that we need to achieve all this? The team logistics, data subscriptions, cameras, sound system for conferences, ICT experts to be trained on MMM Thailand support. We look at having like 6 numbers for a start, then tutors from the team, then the financial analysis to start forecast and financial projection in order to be informed of work to avoid possible restart. Basically, with the team, with the training we are going to be holding, we need to, like, when we are emphasizing about teaching our new guiders the ideology of MMM, we need to stress the fact about the risks and then the essence why we need to bring in more participants at all time for us to avoid getting to a period where we have to have a restart of the system. So basically, financial analysts will start to forecast. Our financial analysts amongst ourselves, let's say we, the initial people that go there, will now become financial analysts. We will now analyze to forecast the financial projection of MMM Thailand for us to be informed every month as we continue to provide and get help, as we continue to forecast and see how healthy the system is. You see at what point we need to intensify on new participants, bringing new participants, at what point we need to intensify, or at what point we need to slow down to avoid a possible restart. Therefore, since only 1 week and 2 can be paid with the money raised initially, $270,000, we have to make up for the payment of the other participants in the other weeks remaining. So I'm done with task 2. So I don't know, should I continue with task 3, or my fellow team members, somebody can carry on task 3? If it's okay, I can continue.
Cycle 3 with you. With you.
Yeah, we are here, sir. We're here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Somebody is over from her.
Can somebody carry on from task 3, or you guys are happy I continue?
Okay. Let me take over from task 3.
Okay. Who is speaking? Is this Abu?
I think Abu, they are the group leader.
Okay, Abu, group leader. That's fine. Mentor, that's the group leader. My group leader, I was the assistant. You remember?
No.
Okay, please go ahead. All right, Abu, carry on, please.
Okay. Task 3, question 3. A month has passed. You are 100. The same plan for another month on the basis of the result for previous calculation. Taking into account the dynamic of growth, the number of new participants and contributions for the next 4 weeks that we have done. Then the count of 3, solution to it. The total number of registration for the month is 1,200 participants. The number of guardians we have trained for the previous week is 20. Number of new registration. That's new registration. Registration per guardian. Is $300 per registration, which is 2,000 times 300. We have $600,000 for that. That is for the tax 3. Then I go on for the tax 4, which says a week after the start of the month, there is a local holiday in the Thailand, which is celebrated during a week, respectively. In this period, the activity of registration fall by 75%. Make a plan of action for a month. What resources and how you should use them. The right amount of contribution and participants for the development of the system. Task 4 continue. The solution, because according to the tax, 4 weeks we went for holiday and it has been dropped down to 75%, and we are asked to restart it. And the solution for it is due to the celebration, registration drops by 70%. Then 2, registration duration festival is 25% of 500 participants, which is equals to 125 participants. Then difference in registration, 500 minus 125, we now have 375 participants. And therefore, to meet up with the setback, more registration need to be made after the celebration, because we have lose up to 75% of all our income before. We have to add more registration. Like the example, we asked 375 participants per week. We will have 125. Then we now go ahead with now targeted number of which life. Then planning the foundation of success. So we made a plan ahead of the holiday and a new method set out to convert for that 1 week holiday. Then resources we are going to need to make sure we regain back our strength. Now, student leaders support services, because before in the previous thing we set up a team. Then it is the time where those teams will now work. The already trained manager helped in giving awareness and orientation to participants on the situation, and resources them and make sure they give them the best orientation about the setback of MMM, and we also make sure we participate.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Hello,
good evening.
you seems your network is not. Please, if you are just joining, like, mute your mic. Do not disturb your mic. Hear him,
Sir.
Hear him.
No, I thought it's my network. I could hardly hear you, Abu.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you clearly now.
Okay.
Yes,
Then the tax five questions. You said your plan didn't work out. You do not have enough new registration and new deposit to cover the cost of the current deposit. It is necessary to analyze the plan of action in this situation. What are the resources? How many participants, contribution, etc. needed to get this situation resolved? Due to lack of funds, there are delays in payment. The old participants seeing that neither make their own contribution nor attract new members. Then tax 5 continue, solution. Since that our plan didn't work out, we don't have enough new registration and new deposit to cover the cost of that current deposit. We need to go back to tax 1 and start the process all over again. See where we went wrong, but first of all, we need to establish the following. 1, how much contribution is needed? Then 2, how many participants do we need to continue? And 3, what other resources are we to put in place? Then we have to go back to the basics. We carry out the following activities in order to save MMM Thailand from a restart. and also to achieve and surpass the shortfall in tax 4, the following mechanism can be used to stabilize the community work in the situation. 1, we have to reteach the MMM ideology in details again. 2, we have to increase the awareness. Then 3, we have to train more guardians so that they can go to various cities to talk about MMM. Then 4, we have to recruit more members that will work with us. Then 5, we have to increase the contribution, etc. Then guardians should also reach out to more people via the social media platform, like the use of Facebook, for example. Work with existing groups, creating your own groups, and work on popular fan page. Facebook personal account must have your profile information completely, so that you will not be seen as a fraud in the system. Posting expert comment on active fan page, this will increase the traffic to your personal page, which means that the more you say more about the MMM, the more you get more fans, and you must make sure that whatever you are saying is corresponding to what we have said before, and it must be in more details about the ideology of MMM. Then I continue, and therefore the visibility of your reference link, if guardian look like a financial expert, people will listen to the guardian's opinion, where they should invest their money. Select fan page of financial, economics, political types which contain active discussion. Search for post, comment which can respond with your opinion on the issue discussed. Very soon, your comment will draw attention and positive attitude. Hence, your status for fan page subscribe with significant increase, and therefore it will be easier to sell more MMM ideology to them, so that they will understand the reason of being restarted, and then the reason why they should join MMM as well. Should I go on, sir?
Yes, please go ahead.
Hello. Then
yeah.
Okay. Taxes question said, during this month, delay in payment increased to 7 days. Referral activity almost reduced to 0. The old member do not attract in virtue of this are not frozen and available as usual. Make your plan of action for another month, resources, contribution, and members, etc. Then taxes continue, answer. Then in virtue of this situation, as a pause mode is implemented, in which all the old Mavro are frozen and will be available for withdrawal, when the situation will right itself, participants will be joining to 1. Educate member on what pause mode is. We have to educate them what pause mode is all about in MMM. Then avoid panicking. We have to avoid panicking. We have to encourage all our to the basic principle of this action, the participant is awarded with the fixed bonus on the contribution he or she makes. So participants do not have to wait passively. Now they need to regularly provide assistance and request for getting help. Hello, sir, are you with me, sir?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. Then number 7, we have to, then 20% bonus is added to the amount of assistance the participant provide. It means if you donate $1,000 US, you will be able to withdraw $1,200 US, because 20% bonuses has been added just to attract new members. The existing member need to know the money comes from new recruits, which is new members, new participants. We have to teach members the importance of getting help, which is GH regularly, and mostly importantly, bonus for video in a letter of happiness apply for those action as well. Then we have to also do training and seminar section for every branches. Then be active in the communication. The last thing, we have to force member to withdraw original donation amount after 3 months. Then I continue again to the tax 4, which is the last tax, which
7.
says your efforts have been insufficient to revise the situation. A restart
Hello,
took
Mr. Abu.
place. Sir. Yes, sir.
Can
Sir.
you, if a person wants to take tax 7?
Okay. I request
Timmy?
party to take it, please, assistant leader.
I thought Timmy is here.
Okay, if Timmy is there, you can take it.
Timmy, how about take
All right.
tax 7 for us?
Timmy, kindly unmute your mic, tax 7 for us, please.
Okay. Hello, good evening, sir. Good evening, room.
Yeah, good
Good
evening.
evening, Mr. Timmy.
All right,
Good
sir.
evening, Timmy.
Okay. Yes, sir. Tax 7, your effort has been insufficient to revise the situation. A restart took place. All the old marbles are removed. We start to work from the beginning. Serious negative impact of the members and unfavorable responses. 1 or 2 negative articles in the mass media, and then you have to make a fresh start in such a condition. A plan of action under specific conditions for a month. So this is the solution, sir. In such situation, say mass media to explain the situation with about what a restart simply means. Because for people not to, for such situations should have occurred, probably people are panicking, they don't know much about the situation. So we need to orientate them using the media to tell them what a restart means, and then assuring them that everything will come back to normal. So then also need to explain what happens to those that lost their money. And about warning that they were to join. Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Can I
Go
continue?
ahead,
Yeah, I can hear you.
with you.
Okay. Then the second strategy is marketing. So we need to do marketing. We go around, we spread the banners, flyers, telling them what MM is all about, and then explaining in details what restart mode means. Then the tax 3, show the history and experience of other countries that had a restart. In such situation, we need to let people know that, okay, something like this has happened before in other countries, and this is how they have resolved it, and everything is back to normal in those countries. So therefore, if we too can be patient and do these following things, everything will go back to normal in such situation. Then the next step is evaluation, and then the next one is we ignore the risk. So also the next one is managers, guiders must ensure they are not carried away with any bonuses at the expense of transparently imparting the true ideology of MMM. Of course, if managers and guiders are not carried away, if they are doing their task, their duty, if they are responsible for that structure, everything will surely be under control in MMM. Then we consult the leaders in countries where it had happened and learn from them. So this is a great opportunity. So countries that have experienced such restart lecture us on the strategies they took in solving the situation. Then also honestly inform people about all the risk. Hello?
Go ahead.
Okay, we should honestly inform people about the risk with MMM. We shouldn't just be particular about the referral bonus alone or the downline bonus 10%. We should let them know that these are the risks involved. And if you are participating, always participate with your spare money. Don't be too greedy in the system. If they can go through this, of course, everything will surely normalize. So people get motivated once they start seeing that MMM pays, and then being a manager again is very important. We should encourage people to provide help so move smoothly. Of course, you need to understand that unless we have a continuous pH in the system, so that is the continuous pH that sustains the system. So if people are GHing and they're not pHing, it will cause problem. into the system. So we need to let them realize that once you GH, put it at the back of your mind that you need to provide help, because that's your own donation goes a longer way in the system. So we should increase the growth of Marlboro to about 50%. Perhaps that's we attract more participants into the structure. It will attract them to join the system, and then they will. Once you look at the tag name of 50%, they will keep donating and they keep joining the system. It is also important that people know MMM is meant to eradicate poverty, not to invest. Yes, because mostly, especially in African countries now, poverty is something people can't measure anymore. And then MMM is trying to bridge that gap, it's trying to destroy that, it's trying to eradicate that. So we should try and let them know that, oh, MMM is here to eradicate poverty. Once you just obey the rules, comply with every rules in MMM, then everything will work out fine for everybody. Money needs to keep flowing, so constant withdrawal will assist. Yes, as long as there is inflow of cash, inflow of money into the system, yes, there will be constant withdrawal, just like in banking system. The more deposit comes in, the more people can withdraw very well. So that is all, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Timmy. You did a wonderful presentation.
Yes,
In
sir.
fact, the
Thank you,
entire members of SECO
11, Circle 3.
7, I want to group 3, SECO 11.
Represented.
I want to sincerely tell you that you guys have done a wonderful presentation. By this presentation, it will go a long way. So I want you guys to help us share
Thank you,
this
sir.
link. Listening to.
Thank you. Thank you.
So,
Thank you, sir.
So, sir, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Hello, mentor.
don't be faster than your shadow.
Okay.
Yeah, don't be faster than your shadow, okay?
Okay. Hello, sir.
Hello.
So now, like Temi rightly said,
Hello.
Mentor's phone is freezing.
should use their spare money. Participate in MMM because of greed. MMM is not an investment. MMM is not. It is not a bank. So when educating your downlines, will tell them this: participate with money. Now I understood the fact that once naira might be someone's savings of 10 million naira might be another person's spare money. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Your spare money, fine, okay. Let's make sure, but downlines on the importance with spare money, the importance of to get help. That is the lifeline of the to get help, provide help, and get help and introduce people into the system.
Yes, sir.
So far so good. Like I said earlier, you guys have done a wonderful presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Back to my question, sir. Can I ask? Hello, house mentor. Can I ask? Hello. Okay, I guess my network is bad, right?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yes. When I started the presentation, I said that the presentation comprises of cycle 11 and cycle 3. So I don't know if some other cycles joined us as well. So is it okay if I will say that with this presentation, we are done with MMM school, cycle 3, cycle 11, are we done?
Mentor, sir.
Abu, maybe you asked him the question, right?
Ask again. Ask the question again. Ask him the question again.
Okay, mentor, you went offline. I was asking, as I said earlier on, this presentation was a group work of some of us in cycle 11 and cycle 3. So is it okay now that can we comfortably go home and say we are done with Guidance School? We that have presented, have we represented all our groups, or is an individual thing? We that were here, can we say we are done? That's my question, sir.
Hello? Hello? Is Mentor here?
Mentor is here. I can see Mentor, but I don't know if he's not hearing us.
Mentor is here. Yeah, probably is not with the system. Maybe he's, who knows?
Okay, once he's back, somebody should ask again, right?
Hello? What did
Hello,
Mentor
go
say?
ahead, go ahead. Go ahead. Mentor is here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Patrick, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, Mentor, the question once again. The presentation that was done a while ago was done in our old group 3 in badge AS26. So you were able to hear a presenter from cycle 11. You were able to hear a presenter from cycle 3. Timmy, I don't know which cycle you are.
Cycle 3 too.
Okay, fine. So with this, can we say cycle 11, cycle 3 are done with Guidance School?
Okay, hold on. I don't think I got it very well. You said, what group are you? What group are you?
Group 3, cycle 11 and 3. Yeah, group 3,
Group
cycle
3,
11 and 3.
cycle 11. All right.
And 3. And cycle 3.
3. Forget the automated school number that you belong to. Okay. So what matters is the fact that you are in group 3.
Okay.
Mentor.
Okay, sir. Okay.
You don't have any problem. So make sure every other task and you have submitted. And if it has been marked, make sure you make the necessary correction.
Okay.
If there is it's returned, so make sure you do the necessary. So so far so good. We're done with the business game.
Thank you, sir.
Follow
Thank
up
you,
with
sir.
your, and like I said earlier, I'm impressed.
Sir, secondly, sir, how are we going to know the mark if they reject the mark and the correction we are to make? Because everything
Okay, to be
is showing.
sent to your mail.
Okay. And some are showing half green. I don't know what is the meaning of that, sir.
Don't worry about that. If there is a rejection, a mail will be sent to you.
Okay, sir. Okay,
but if it wasn't rejected, okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Please go ahead.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead. I
Fatima.
can hear you loud and clear.
Mentor, please, I'm in cycle 2. I don't know what is going on. You did not respond to me.
Sorry? Where?
Cycle 2.
Cycle 2.
Sunday. I've been trying to, I've talked to you, but did not respond to me. Cycle 2.
Okay, this
Fatima
is
Galadima
not
Kano.
your Fatima. I think I can name. Have you seen your group, your circle members?
You have not been responding to me.
I'm so sorry. The mentor is not a robot. Through. I might be in another cycle. Okay, arrange all the group members and tomorrow. Okay? Is that understood?
Sir?
I said you'll make your presentation tomorrow. Your other group members. You are the only one there.
Okay, thank you.
Your presentation. Can you do your presentation now? Now.
I can't hear you. The
Tima,
network is
do you
bad.
want to do? All right. I'll chat you up on. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
I'll comment Fatima on the school portal. All right. Every other person, any other question?
No.
No.
Okay. So good night, everyone.
Good night.
Have a wonderful.
Sir, you not answer my question. Don't go.
Yes, please. Fatima,
Hello?
can you hear me?
Sir? Yes, I can hear you.
I said your other group members.
All right.
Tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Good night.
Okay,
yeah. Hello, mentor.
Presentation right away. Can you do your presentation this night? Yes, please.
Hello, mentor.
All right. Yes, please. I can hear you.
Thanks for your spare time to anchor the presentation.
All right.
Hello, sir. Yes, sir. So, I just want to get a clarification. Okay, some of our tasks were just marked half green, while some of them were marked full green. Then we didn't. Personally, I didn't get any mail to the effect that maybe there was a correction to be effected or something. I just want to find out whether those tasks were omitted to be marked later or something.
Or probably it has not been marked. If it is not here marked, if you have an error or something is wrong with it, a mail will be sent to you.
Okay. I didn't get any. Okay.
Okay. So just hold on.
Okay. I didn't get any mail. Thanks so much.
It's okay. Any other question from anybody? All right.
Hello?
Hello. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, good evening.
I received a mail. Yes, sir. I received a mail from you that you cannot, you're unable to access my SWOT analysis. I sent the SWOT analysis through the mail. I want to know if you have received it, sir.
That is not a problem if you have done the necessary correction.
Yeah.
And if at the process of marking it's not accessible again.
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Thanks, sir.
All right. Good night, everyone. Have a wonderful night rest.
Good night, sir. Yeah, thanks, sir.